Oh, you are though.
Yeah.
They want to know everything about you.
And apparently they've mastered how to hide money outside the system.
Well, what is money? What the fuck is money, dude? Right? Because Federal Reserve founded in 1913. It's not even backed by anything. Right? It's neither federal because it's privately owned, and they have no reserves.
I'd rather have Robert take over the chat than listen to Andy laugh at himself all morning. Robert, what do you got?
All I gotta say,
It is brilliant though, Jeremy, isn't it?
we're just fucked. If Lion's right, seriously, we're fucked. Like, it's endgame.
I was just saying that Elon Musk is quote unquote the richest man in the world right now. So it is not the BlackRock. It is not the Rothschild. Elon Musk owns those people right now. With a
No,
family.
keep off there.
Let me get next.
The point is, hold on, guys, let me finish. It is made up because Elon Musk has the most money right now, and he is in the government.
Robert,
So
No,
let me respond to that, Andy.
One sec. Let me just say one thing. He's an individual, brother. Listen, he's an individual. An individual can't do anything. You've got to think these are groups. He's against groups. You understand?
What?
Masons go back for hundreds, if not thousands of years, man.
Yo, Robert,
an
hold on,
individual.
Robert, hold on. Let me respond to what you said. You truly think that Elon Musk is the richest man in the world, dude? You really believe that?
Yes.
No, he's not even close to being the richest man in the world, bro. Not even close. There's Rothschilds that will completely swamp him, dude. Like the guy, yes, he has a lot of money, but there's Saudi princes that have way more money than him. There's Rothschilds that have way more money than him. There's Rothschilds that have been compounding interest of 8% interest from the Bank of England for 200 years, dude. Trillions and trillions of dollars in assets in gold and rare earth minerals and all types of stuff that Elon Musk just ain't touching.
Brother, hold on, Lion, you do not know the facts, brother. Elon Musk's net worth is more than the Rothschild family combined right now.
Oh, okay, this guy's
That's
talking
propaganda.
shit.
Oh, really? You guys didn't know this?
Dude.
Okay, you
That's
guys.
not true,
I will bet money on this. Go and research it.
No, he just believes the public list. That's fine.
Elon Musk's net worth is higher than the Rothschilds. He can buy them now. Literally.
Let me give you an example. Right? It's like, when a magazine gives a title to a man, the most beautiful man in the world, right? Does that actually mean that he's the most beautiful man in the world? No. They don't. Do you think that people really have all the data, like how much money the Rothschilds have, dude? Do you think they're going to reveal that, disclose that?
He's the wealthiest man that's public.
Brother,
yeah,
public. Lion, you go again. I'm trying to take you away from your feelings, brother. The data.
God.
You have to go to the data. Elon Musk owns more assets than the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers.
So,
he owns more
I gotta
net
say
worth.
something about this whole money thing. There's such a thing as public and private.
Okay, what does the private say? What does the private say?
No, I'm not done. Don't just cut in. I'm not done. There's such a thing as there's a difference between public and private accounts. So maybe, like they said, yes, in the public, Elon Musk may appear to have more, but I promise you, like, there's so much money on the private side, you just aren't accounting for.
You just promised it. So I promise you, Elon Musk has more money on the private side as well.
You don't understand. There's a whole nother set of money that you're not taking account for.
There's a whole nother set of money
obviously, because he's smarter than a dumb fuck like George Soros, he joined Trump.
Right. You just have to understand that there's a whole set of money situation that Elon Musk has that you don't know about.
Right, Elon's so smart. We're so happy he's with Trump. It's awesome.
Right. The richest man in the world, net worth, is has his feet up on the resolute desk.
No, he must be very smart man because he's the richest guy, so he must be so smart, and he proved it because he joined Trump. We're so thankful.
Okay, wait, hold on. When the Rothschilds were the richest guys in the world, and they were quote unquote controlling the
what do you mean the Rothschilds were hold on. Did you just say were the Rothschilds the richest people in the world at one time?
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, they were. Absolutely. So when you guys were spreading the rumors about the Rothschilds controlling,
Let's not interrupt, guys, please.
were you running around saying that, hey, they're so smart? No, you weren't. You,
So what? So what? Now I am. So what?
oh, okay, good. I just debunked this false lies that you guys people were spreading about Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton owned by the Rothschilds and the deep state Toro. It was garbage.
No, it's
It
all come
was
true.
garbage.
We
Not
have more evidence.
necessarily.
We have more
Not
evidence.
necessarily.
I can prove that to you, Robert.
You can't.
Yep,
You cannot.
I can send you a sauce pack. It'll be about 15 documents, and it'll line it all out for you.
Line it out, and I'm going to line out one document that says Elon Musk owns the Rothschild family right now.
I would love to see that. Maybe who knows? Maybe you're right, dude. Maybe I'm wrong, but I'll give you some stats or some data, right? Because you have Nathan Mayer Rothschild says that the 17 years he bragged about. It says the 17 years that he was in England, he turned 20,000 pounds to 50 million pounds, and at the same time, as becoming immensely wealthy, he also became the single largest debtor to the English government, which ultimately gave him control over the Bank of England. English bonds were a debt guaranteed by future tax revenue of the English government. Therefore, the taxes that the citizens paid were going to pay 8% interest that the English government had to pay to borrow the money. Nathan Rothschild was guaranteed compounding interest per year for the money by England. Conservatively, if we calculate a mere $10 million times 200 years at 8% fixed interest, that's $48 trillion, not including other assets, capital, and precious metal reserves. And you think that Elon has more money than them? And that's just one Rothschild. That's one Rothschild.
Yeah, and there's multiple bloodlines with unfathomable money. I mean, you can trace it back to the East India Code, too.
Oh, Lord.
You're talking about trying to have more money than the people who funded entire wars, dude. Both sides of wars, dude. Like, come on.
But I tell you what, Elon Musk has he is part of the most powerful country in the world right now. He literally commands the most powerful military in the world right now. That's the guy you need to be worried about.
America's not going to be the most powerful in the country soon, dude.
No, and did you just say Elon has power over the U.S. military?
Big man, he's on the Resolute desk.
Who's making up shit now, right?
With the commander in chief of the most powerful military in the world.
Prove it, bro.
Oh,
where's the documentation? Hold on. Where's the documentation that says Elon controls the military? Bring it up, or you're a fucking liar.
Can you turn your cadence down? And stop like yelling at the village. Like Jesus Christ.
I'm sorry.
Who, me? That he might be talking
Robert.
to me too, man.
Yeah, I apologize.
I'm guilty too.
Yeah, I'm just saying that Elon Musk.
But hey, prove it. No. We want the documentation that says that Elon Musk has control over the military. Either bring it up or stop bringing it up.
No. He doesn't. I'm not saying he has control. I'm just saying
you're talking conspiracy. Then you're talking conspiracy where you're saying Trump gave him. See, hold on. You're saying Trump gave Elon Musk some secret power that he can control the military. Is that what you're saying right now?
Hold on.
Who's the conspiracy theorist now, Dred?
Yeah, and did you know that Elon had to submit his entire infrastructure to the U.S. government while Biden was president? So Biden had full control over all the data going through SpaceX.
As he should. You get it? So your government needs to control those wealthy people. Now the wealthy guy, the wealthy guy is sitting in the Oval Office now. So yes, Joe Biden was doing a good job having his thumb on Elon Musk and his thumb on all those rich people. Good job, Joe. But guess what? Now the thumb has been lifted.
Okay, you missed some key aspects, right? So he's under contract, no matter who's the president, right? So he was. It started with Trump having him under his thumb. It was originally done under Trump with the Space Force when he created Space Force, and he was forced to work with Biden when Biden won. right? And we see how well he worked with that administration. And so nothing has changed other than under his own capacity, Elon has offered a team to come in and do data analysis on financial processing. So there's no military connection with Elon. It would still be, even if, when the military audit starts, Trump's team or Elon's team is part of creating a information report with read only.
No,
And it's
brother.
pending executive action. And America voted for this.
Okay. You see, what I'm saying to you is I am using your logic of conspiracy analyses. You guys say private, Rothschild, got Biden, but I'm just trying to say use that same logic, that way of thinking and apply to Elon Musk. That's all I want you to do. He's in the Oval Office. He has his feet on the Resolute desk. So apply your same conspiracy theories about Rothschilds and Soros.
Bro,
right
what are you
now.
talking
I
about?
need you. I need you to do that. Stop justifying it.
Robert. So how I don't understand the correlation. So he has this at the Oval Office. Now he controls the military and he's the richest in the world. Like, make it make sense for me, please.
But that's what was suggested. You guys had suggested that to us about the Rothschilds and Joe Biden owned by those oligarchs and Hunter Biden. You guys suggested that to us. And now one of those type of people is in your Oval Office right now, and you're not applying the same measure.
That's not, dude. That's a non sequitur, dude. It's non sequitur, dude. I don't know. It's not.
This guy Robert Utah has some missing screws.
He always does this, bro. It's like you don't know how to stick to the conversation, bro. You just like deflect and you direct to other irrelevant points, dude. You do this all the time, Robert.
No, I do, brother. I'm trying to.
You do it with science. You do it with politics. Is this like a tactic of yours that you've fostered?
Brother Lion, with all due respect, Lion, I am saying there was a lot of mysticism that you guys said about how Joe Biden was behaving and the deep state and Soros in there when there's no evidence of any of that.
Just like you said about Elon a second ago.
Let me finish, and I'm going to leave.
You conspiracy theorists. Get out of here with that conspiracy nonsense. We're a bunch of practical people. We don't want to hear about that conspiracy.
He's just trying to create a narrative, and then he's going to leave.
Right.
Don't allow it.
No. You sold us on those conspiracy theories, and that why people went and voted against Joe Biden. Now, guess what? The richest guy is in the Oval Office, and you're not applying those conspiracy theories.
Hey, you know what? What did you think about when they did?
Later, he's going. Told you, he's just going to do a mic drop on you.
What do you think when they suppressed the Hunter Biden laptop and 51 CIA guys came and said it was fake and Russian information? Did you believe that? Which side of you on that were you?
So, what did somebody boot him out, or did he just genuinely just leave?
He wanted to build a narrative, give you a framework that was illegitimate, and then drop the mic and run. So that's what he did.
But yeah, well, before I make me a cup of tea, I was just going to say that because I was looking into the secret society thing a long time ago. I was going to ask him that actually. What does he deny that secret societies are even a thing? You know, and when I was sort of. But this is going back 20 years, you know. So I remember back then as well thinking, because one of the first conspiracy sort of documentaries I watched was called The Rich Man's Trick, and the majority of that is about JFK, you know, the assassination. I'm still waiting to read these files, by the way. But anyway, I thought. Back then, at least, that you know, the Democratic Republic of America, that was what I thought it was, and I thought perhaps JFK was the last genuine president. But it's only quite recently, I suppose, relatively speaking, that I've thought it doesn't make sense for any president to be legitimate, really. Not when you think of the system and what it entails. This is why when you know, if you go and listen to the Adolf Hitler, you know, converted, you know, to English by AI on YouTube, he talks about the two-party system and what it's all about and the whole point of it. And you know, when you look at it through that paradigm, through that perspective, through that prism, you suddenly go, oh, right, it doesn't actually make sense that any president would be legitimate because they don't believe that. They believe that the people who are best for the job should do the job, not voted in some way. That makes no sense. These people don't believe in democracy because they understand Aristotle and Plato and, you know, the founding fathers, they weren't daft, right? They knew all these things. So it doesn't make any sense at all that a secretive group would put all the power into the hands of an individual. That don't make any sense. Or mob rule.
That's not even but that's not even the case. All the power is not in the hands of a single individual who's
well, I meant for the
voted into
Constitution. No thanks. If you think about the Constitution and how that works, if you ultimately understand when you go into an American court, you're walking into a Freemason's lodge, essentially. Then what justice are you supposed to get from that exactly? Unless you're part of the team, of course.
I don't know, but
that's the point.
When I walk into a bathroom, I know that I'm like, you know, typically it's a tile floor, but we're still in a constitutional republic where all the power is not in the hands of a single man, the president.
Well, yeah, I was just talking about the system itself. I didn't mean the president in that situation. I could see why. I didn't mean that. I apologize. I didn't mean it that way. I meant the Constitution and how it stands. The Declaration of Independence, the rights, which are, not real anyway. None of it's real. You can't, I have the right to do this. I have the right to that. If they could take away your rights at any second, what are they worth? They're not worth anything.
Well, I mean, it's the principalities of upholding the Constitution. I mean, it's supposed to be ingrained within. I don't know. I'm getting a lot of feedback from somebody's open mic, but it's supposed to be ingrained within, like, your drive. Like, yeah, these rules are only as good as, like, just like the same thing that Issa will make in regards to money. It's only as good as, like, as the value you give it and the support that you give it. If everybody just says forget about it, throw it out, don't even try to uphold the Constitution, sure, that would be the case. But we're trusting that their hearts are in the right place and they're trying to uphold the Constitution, just on a broad spectrum, not just this one person. And when they don't, then we can hold them to it and say you didn't do your job, which was to uphold the Constitution. If that's your job.
Yeah, I like the idea. I love sort of the sort of American spirit. I like to think of myself as a sort of American in spirit, if you will. I kind of like these ideals that people are aiming for. I like that, but I just
I'm convinced that if you study the United States, like Title 18, like 242 and shit like that, like the civil, like what the state cannot do against the individual and the repercussions thereof, I almost feel as though if you look somewhere in your system, you're going to find that you have those same protections. And I happen to think that every one of these countries that is a republic, because every fucking country is a republic, it has these tenets in it if you know how to exercise or find the tenets and the rules. Like anything under the IMF is like this. Any country that gives out a birth certificate is like this.
Yeah, I could agree on like a broad statement. These are just inherent qualities of reality, right? Like if you're going to observe reality, then it's going to follow these tenets for sure. And that America put it in writing is and made it clear and plain to read and made it their prerogative to uphold that at all costs is I don't know if I'd say that's even different. Yeah, they all have the same tenets. How can you not?
Yep. And even if it's under the crown or it's under whatever, it's like United States is like vicariously under the crown. I happen to think, but I think the United States is an exercise of. It's not the idea that we killed the king or got rid of the king like the French. It's the idea that we recognize that all of us are knighted as kings. There's a big distinction between the philosophy. It's literally like globe earth versus flat earth in some way. And it's like, in that, I don't know why it's like, I just put everything in these, I don't know, man. It's like when people are like, oh, it's a false dichotomy. Well, or dichotomy or whatever. It's like, did that exist first? Or did, like fucking somebody writing about it exist first? It's like, did the Hegelian dialectic exist first? Or did husbands not compromise with their wives, you know what I mean? And find a solution like first. It's like, we put everything like these natural impulses into some weird conspiratorial lens, which they rightfully belong at times. But it's like, there's a real middle ground of where like these things make sense in like the constitutional republics. Like I really do. And it's just something because when we talk, like Andy, you're talking about, well, you go in, you're in their lodge, and it's like just the nature of the fact that you have a citizen, not that you are a citizen, right? Because there is a distinction, is like you're already in the club. You just need to know how to exercise the rules inside the club, And like, I really believe that like there is this mechanism. I think we've been overrun by a bunch of leeches, and that's why Trump is so interesting to watch because I think if the Constitution was followed strictly, you'd have what looks like an anarchist's wet dream. Because it's like it would be the skeletal structure that's necessary for a society to exist without encumbering everybody in the world to fucking flaunt itself.
How do you justify Trump?
One second, I'm still on my way to getting a cup of tea, but if you look throughout history, if you look at the Bolshevik revolution when they killed their royal class, there's a certain groups of people that came in and killed a lot of noble people. In the French Revolution, they were in cahoots with the people who started the 1776 in America. When's the French Revolution? It's like 1793 or something. It's early. These two groups are in cahoots with each other, right? So that takeover was happening, right? It's already happened. The takeover from these noble people.
Real quick, I just want to respond to where you said it. I'll be quick. So William Cooper, Behold the Pale Horse. He goes into like the founding fathers, the establishment of America, the Constitution, and this whole American system was hijacked by Mason, right? Because originally, like the 13 colonies, like the Pilgrims, the Puritans, none of them were Masons. So, like they always do, there was a grassroots movement of patriots, right, of Americans that came over from Europe initially, Pilgrims, that got hijacked in the 1700s.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
So check it. I'll say that there's a distinction between what happened in France and the United States, for instance, just in case in point, right? Because I'm really digging my theory about the idea that like the French Revolution was like the spinning of the globe, right? And they created and implemented like, the metric system in opposition to the imperial system. And they did this in order to really like kill everything about the church and to like destroy any notion of like spirituality.
That's my theory that you stole from me, but I just want to just touch on that.
Well, we'll debate that. We'll find ourselves in court. We'll see how it goes. No, we can. I know, like that idea that like the distinction between the two is that America held on to the imperial system where we believe that God created like we're all kings, whereas the French version in some degree, and maybe it's just an experiment of the different houses of Freemasonry if you want to get all whatever about it, but like the idea that they went complete materialistic with it. They've tried to like I think convert America to be as imperial or as anti-imperialistic, but we're innately like still going to church. We innately like it's like we all believe that we're kings. And you know what I mean? And like, I think that's the distinction between those, I don't know if they're houses of masonry, but I'm not going to also pigeonhole it to just, it's masonry. We can't deal with it,
Well, you're right. It's interesting to look at that time. They literally wanted to burn down a system and they had nothing to replace it with. They were going to have a 10-day week, for fuck's sake. They were all over the place. They were winging it. They were the equivalent of being in the middle of the ocean and having, and somebody just went, let's set fire to the boat. And everybody went, yeah. I mean, it was demonic shit. There were no boat to jump to. They would just literally set fire to a boat in the ocean. They all fucking did some demonic shit. I'm telling you, go look into that. And so yeah, I like that idea though. They sold it to the people as the age of reason. Also it goes back to the Templars in early 1300s, 1309 or something like that. So there's a bit of payback to be had. But I love that idea of we're going to get rid of all this stupid superstition and the Yahweh and all the rest of it. That's what it really was about. And what did they have to replace it with? Nothing. And look at France today. It's still a fucking mess. They were just a bunch of short little lawyers with sort of them push up things in the shoes, trying to look big. They're the equivalent of a sock down the trousers. Was old Robespierre. Good old Robespierre.
Have you ever read? There's a book called "On Revolution" by Hannah Arendt. What do you call it? It's a fucking great book. Kind of like I used to be really like, or I don't know, quelled any notion that I had of the idea that you would start a revolution, because ultimately she kind of makes the case that it's like a revolution is just a return back to the same people that were just in power. Like, the idea that they're always like, somebody said earlier, like, there's a grassroots movement and then it gets taken over by these people, you know what I mean? So it's like, um, that happens time and time again. And that's why what I find intriguing about our system is that you have the system. We have the system of courts that provides remedy to the individual against the institutions or against anyone, and that's a really powerful thing for us as the little man. And I think if we understood it, we'd be more effective in getting what we want. But I'll take Trump doing executive orders to get a lot of shit done too. I'll take that too. If we're not, like, I don't know.
So like
I'm happy with
How
it.
do you
I don't
how do
agree
you
with everything that
rectify?
real quick. I don't agree with everything that Jordan Maxwell says. But between Jordan Maxwell and William Cooper, dude, they'll expose the whole underbelly of the United States of America, going back to the founding fathers. Like wholeheartedly dismantle it. We are Rome 2.0. We take after the Roman Republic. There's a lot of Masonic doctrine, drafted into the Constitution regarding admiralty law, right, maritime law, the whole thing with everything, the whole philosophy. It's all Masonic.
But the thing is, though, remember this is part of the tenet of all that, and this is what's the coolest part about it, is that one of the biggest tenets of it all is that they can't force you to believe anything. You have the liberty of mind. And this is where, that alone is actually a political achievement for mankind in itself. Because for so long, it's like, if you went against the dear leader, you're fucked. Whereas, like, the United States straight up fucking says, and this is why I'm so fucking happy Trump won, because the only one I've seen that violated this code of Americana more, like, the Biden and fucking Obama, like, just the idea is being a flat earther and getting struck down and can't be on YouTube and you're fucking called this and that and the other thing. Like, they don't, like, those people that did that are so fucking un-American. And this is why flat earth is the most American shit. Because it's my right to even say, fuck you, I don't think you went to the moon. It's like my right to disagree with the system. And if you're going to fucking try to take that away from me, go fuck yourself. That's anti-American. And like, and I
Well,
just
how do
think
you
like there's heavyweight shit to that, man.
Yeah,
how do you
sorry, I'm
reconcile
still
the
manufacturer. I'm 1 second, and I'm going to make me tea. The whole what is freedom of speech? Freedom of speech is the right to be wrong.
Right.
Can
I
I ask
think
a
like
question?
real quick too, I'll just say this is that what I love about our country though too is that we have that right. But that's why you show, your parents have to raise you to show etiquette and respect. And I think more like our system was very willing to let the families raise the children, which is also a political achievement. So go on.
Well, it surprises me because you say that you hold dearly to the Constitution and people shouldn't have to obey the dear leader, but Trump at almost every turn is trying to thwart the Constitution and is even giving like uh, loyalty questionnaires to FBI hires. Like, how do you reconcile that?
I don't care. I think they probably deserve it at this point. We're sick of what they've done, bro. Like after looking at what these sick fucks have done to the American people, and they were, and how much fucking money they've raked in and hidden. Like and it sucks that it's like, it sucks that I would feel that way. You know what I mean? But I don't see any violations because the executive branch has the right to do that. And it's interesting too.
No,
I
it
heard
doesn't.
like somebody came in
That's
and
the
said
point.
yesterday about this. Hold on, like somebody came and said Jon Stewart was on his show like last night or something, saying about how making an executive order about the birthright citizenship was illegal, right? Or like, it's like unconstitutional.
It's not
Well,
illegal. It's
it's like,
unconstitutional.
okay, so it's for the record, right? You're now going to argue, or anyone who's going to take that stance, right, about that was an illegal or, an unconstitutional executive order, is going to have to argue that argue against the idea that what it was for, which was to allow the children of freed slaves to be United States members, right? So anyone who's going to say it
Why
was an
would I have to argue against that?
unconstitutional, No, if you're going to say it was an unconstitutional like thing that what Trump has done, then you also have to say that what Lincoln did was an unconstitutional thing. But you won't say that because that goes along with actually a good agenda according to everybody, right? Because racism is wrong and nobody should fucking own other people. And so fucking like
No,
all I'm saying is like if you're going to say that the executive order about the birthright citizenship that Trump made was wrong, you're going to also or unconstitutional, then you're going to have to say that the fact that it was ever put in place was unconstitutional.
no. The 14th
Oh yes,
Amendment was
because
put in
every
place
executive
by
order.
being ratified by Congress, as the
How
Constitution
nitpicky.
prescribes in the first three articles. Those are the articles that tell what each of the each of the branches of the government are able to do legally, lawfully. Trump will try to circumvent that. That is why it's unconstitutional. That is exactly why it's unconstitutional.
And you don't think Biden tried to circumvent that by censoring everybody, reaching out to
No,
Zuckerberg and shit?
I don't. What? No,
He
absolutely
didn't
not.
violate the. Hold on, no. You're telling me the executive branch reaching out to a fucking big fucking agency and telling them to shut down certain stories was not a violation of the
They didn't do
Constitution?
that. That
They didn't do.
absolutely would
Zuckerberg
have been
admitted
it
that they
if it
did
had
that. What do you
happened,
mean
but
they
it
didn't do
didn't
that?
happen.
It didn't happen. That's what you're saying now.
No, no,
Nibbity nope.
absolutely did not happen.
Nick, hold on. I got to get an article. Look, I don't even give a shit really enough, but it's so easy. Let me see. Let me find something for you, bro. I'll
But
look for you.
even if I were to grant you that, let's say it was the case that he did
Okay,
that,
grant me
would
it
that
then. You're
make
gonna grant
what
me it
Trump
then?
did constitutional?
Even if, no.
Would
Hold on,
you
because your
admit then
first
that they
fucking
were
argument is
both
that it didn't
unconstitutional?
exist. Let's fucking clarify
No,
step by
that they
step.
didn't do that.
Let's go
They did
through and
not
see
do
if
that. I
it did
still stand
exist.
behind
Let me
that.
see.
They did not. However, if that's your argument, then you have to say that they're both unconstitutional.
The
Saying
article
he
by
did it also doesn't say what
Deadline.com
Trump
that
did
says
No.
Mark.
is
That's my
unconstitutional.
argument, dipshit. That's my argument. Nice try. Because what I'm
I'm
saying to
saying
you is
by
that
your
you
own
have
argument,
you have to
you would
now
still
say
have to
that.
admit that Trump was being
Come on,
unconstitutional.
guys, dude.
Let us just rock. Let us just rock, brother.
I was just going to
Like
give you like a citation. Deadline.com says right here says Mark Zuckerberg says that the Biden administration pressured Meta to censor COVID content and other conspiracies in a gift to House Republicans.
What does
So you
pressured
just
mean?
said that didn't happen, right? You just said that didn't happen, right?
No, you said forced. What does pressured mean? What exactly did they say or
What is
do?
They
pressure
pushed
mean?
them
What
up
is
against. They pushed them up against the
you
wall.
fucking Clintonite?
It depends on what you.
They sat on him until
Unconstitutional.
he caved.
What we're talking about is going against the Constitution. If there were laws made prohibiting or limiting free speech, that would be one thing. Apart from Facebook
So was
and
giving
Instagram
slaves
and X,
fucking citizenship then, is that what you're saying?
it's in the Constitution.
Right. So Lincoln
That was
was
put
wrong when
into
hold
the
on, hold on.
Constitution. There's a
So Lincoln,
process by which we do that is constitutional.
you
That's
sound like a
not what
sovereign
Trump did.
citizen,
What
bro.
Trump did was unconstitutional. Read
You
the
sound like a
fucking thing.
sovereign citizen or
You're
something like that.
fucking mooning over it.
No,
You
you
sound
sound
like
like
you
one of
got
them
Trump's
sovereign
thoughts so
citizen
far down
types.
your throat I can
What do
barely
you want,
understand what
like
the fuck you're
courts of
saying.
what do you want, like common law courts or something too? Because like all I'm saying is fucking if the executive order he did then was fucking unlawful, then what you're saying is the executive order initially was unconstitutional too. You just don't get it.
How the fuck does that follow?
Because your reasoning for making it unconstitutional is the fact that you're saying it needs to go through Congress and all that shit like that. But that's antithetical to what an
Yes.
executive order is in itself. So you're playing this sovereign game of like, well, before 1876, there weren't executive orders because it's just like or 1860, fucking whatever.
Executive
It's like
orders that
you're
go
now no, you're
against or
crying
try to undermine.
literally
I'm
you're
not saying
crying a
executive
sovereign
orders
citizen
by
argument.
default are unconstitutional. I'm saying the
Yeah,
specific
because
ones that
every
go against
executive
the
order, your only
Constitution
argument
are
against it.
unconstitutional. How is this difficult for you?
Hold on, I got you, Line. I'll shut up. But like,
Please, dude.
yeah, your only argument against it, seriously, is that executive orders are unconstitutional on constitutional
No,
grounds. Oh, fucking right, it
no,
is, bro. You sound like a sovereign citizen,
no.
dude. You don't
I
even
didn't
know what
say
you're
that.
arguing.
There are executive orders that aren't unconstitutional. This one specifically happened to be unconstitutional.
No,
How are you
dude,
not
your
following?
argument stems. Listen, bro, you don't even understand your argument. The reason it stems and it's unconstitutional is because it's an executive order. That is and always the argument against an executive order. If you don't understand that, I don't know. Welcome to fucking law.
Not just because it's an executive order, because it's an executive order
No, you
instead
guys
of the
pick
right
and
way of doing
choose.
it. Executive order
Each
can be
party pickes
used for
and
some things,
chooses.
not
When they
for
make each
undermining
party
the
picks,
Constitution.
Each party picks and chooses this argument when they want to go against a particular executive order and make people think that all executive orders aren't fucking illegal or unconstitutional, rather. So what I
It
mean
doesn't
is that
matter what
if
each
let him
party says.
respond.
It
No, let
matters
him
what the
respond.
Constitution says.
Hold on. I'm trying to give you some reasons. Just let him respond. Because I don't think you let him respond yet. Go ahead, Matt. Still there? Manufacturer?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it. This particular one happened to be unconstitutional. Not all executive orders are. And if each party says that the other party's executive orders are unconstitutional, they're wrong if that's a flat out general statement. It doesn't matter what each party says. It matters what the law says, what the Constitution says.
No, because each party uses the same argument on their particular executive order while they're all getting paid from fucking APAC. So it's just a matter of playing a shell game about some bullshit and bringing up a particular argument about, like I said, it's a sovereign citizen argument you're bringing up because you want to make a shit show because these people get paid when they make these shit shows. But it's irrelevant and refutable because we run an executive order. Like we have been in, this is what's so fascinating about Trump. And I mean, I could talk in a whole conspiracy world about, we're still under the crown and under all this crazy shit. But like, and that like, like the U.S. lost the Revolutionary War. Are you familiar with that? I mean, we could
How
walk
is
through
this anything to do with my
shit
point?
like that. You know what I mean? Like, all I'm saying is that we may be free of these encumbrances, and Trump might actually be able to liberate us from these crazy contracts we've been involved with since like 17 fucking 90s or whatever it was.
Yeah, find me an executive order that the left has written that is unconstitutional. I'll agree that it's unconstitutional. It's not just because it's an executive order.
Okay. Because each party's going to argue that it needs to go through Congress or whatever the thing may be, et cetera. So it's the same fucking sovereign citizen argument. Talking
These
about
tariffs,
whatever.
these tariffs that Trump's putting on, isn't that just another tax for people? That's what it sounds like to me, anyway.
No, we're here for it. We're here for it. Fucking.
It seems to me that he's just put 25% on everything, and it won't go back to the people. It won't go to Americans, will it?
No,
the people will end up paying for it in the cost of the goods and services. So, like, if you're China and you make a hammer for $5, or say $10 for math's sake, say you make a hammer and you're selling it for $10 in America, and then Trump raises the things 25%. Like, these companies, they don't know what the words "make less money" means. You know what I'm saying? That ain't even in their vocabulary. They just charge you more. They're going to just charge more. Still going to be cheaper than the American hammer, and people are still going to buy it, and we'll just end up paying for it.
Right, exactly.
Which is fine if they get rid of the income tax. Cool, but if they keep that and keep the income tax, now we got beef.
Fair point.
To be fair, the tariffs were supposed to be temporary anyways. It's a leveraging tool to pressure other countries to oblige with his, because Trump's trying to accomplish things and they don't want to follow suit. So he has to pressure them with tariffs. But the tariffs are temporary until they cave. Once they cave, he releases tariffs.
I mean, I could get rid of the income tax right now. Like, how many items a day do you think get sold in America? Tax each one of them 10 cents. We only need you only need to shave off $2.6 trillion. Stop spending $10 million. Stop sending $10 million to Guatemala to fund LGBTQ. Stop sending $20 million for fake bootleg Sesame Streets in Iraq. $600 million for sushi in the Pentagon. Shave that shit off. Add a small tax on every item sold, and we could get rid of income tax, and people would be balling. We don't even need the tariffs.
Yeah, agreed. Also, we stop trying to tell everybody in the world how they can be gay and it's okay and all that crap. Like, you know what I mean? How cool.
Also, if they take Issa's internet connection away, that would be also ideal.
Fuck no, dude. That's gonna be subsidized. Dude. I'm gonna be fucking. I think I'm gonna get a Medal of Honor for fighting for Trump, dog. I want you guys to write letters for Trump. Let him know that fucking there's someone out here that deserves it. Pissed off 10 million Glovers in one day. You know what I mean? Like, I want an award. Like, I want stats. YouTube stats and shit to come up. Be like, look at the rage index. Both sides hate him. You know what I mean? I got a high rage index. You know what I mean? On behalf of supporting Trump.
No, as I said before, Issa, I'm
like
happy.
heads aren't all of a sudden Elon.
like-
Hold on, Andy, real quick. Heads aren't all of a sudden Elon fanboys. Like, bro, he's a businessman. He went in and fired half of Twitter that were sitting around doing bullshit. We need that to happen. Like, somebody's got to do that. Elon seems like the right guy to do that right now for us. You know what I'm saying? Like, no one's saying, yeah, go SpaceX.
Right, man. Right. We didn't hire him to fucking take us to the moon yet. We fucking just
You've been
want.
saying all morning you wanted to mine asteroids and shit, bro.
I'm just saying it's
We're
coming,
taking
man.
your
I'm
internet.
saying it's just happening. Yo, dude, I
Soon as
want
the
to be
tariffs
like a
come,
miner. I want to like work in the studio where we film it, and I'll be like, look, I'm out here in fucking deep space mining this asteroid for America.
as soon as the tariffs come, we're using that money. We're using some of the tariff money to disable your internet connection. All right.
Dude, I'm gonna be fucking totally making videos of like hanging out on asteroids with like a fucking umbrella, chilling out, flying through space, like fucking talking about how great dark matter is with an American flag in my fucking hand. I don't give a shit. Like space program, people gotta have it, man. They need that shit. You know, not everybody's cool enough to be a flat earther, dude. Thank God. You know, thank God for dark polarity. You know.
What were you gonna say, Andy? I'm sure it's better than whatever Issa just said.
No, I was just going to say, it just seems like business as usual to me. I mean, they put on a good show, but it just seems like business as usual. Nothing's going to change with it, in my opinion, unless
It really doesn't seem like that though, because but no, business as usual is like the politician gets in and he does what's best for him. But Trump has all kinds of overseas shit going on, and if he implies tariffs, he's going to be paying. Like, it's not in his best interest to. He has a conflict of interest going that he could make work his way, and he's not doing it. So it doesn't seem like business as usual.
He absolutely is doing.
It just seems like more. As I said before, with the tariffs, it just seems like another tax for the people to pay that they won't see any benefit from. That's what it looks like to me, anyway.
Dude. It's economic warfare, bro. And he's using it. Yes, it's a temporary sacrifice. He's taking a blow. We're taking a blow temporarily, and we can absorb that blow. Canada can't. Mexico can't. Venezuela can't. Right? These countries, they can retaliate all they want. Trump's gonna take their bluff. They can't survive, dude. They're gonna end up caving. We have such a greater GDP. They act that they can retaliate with tariffs, and it's gonna, dude. We can absorb that, and then they're gonna end up caving in, and then Trump's gonna release the tariffs. That's what he's done. That's what he did. It wasn't supposed to be permanent.
Hey,
sorry, Manny. I'm stepped on you again. You go, dude.
no, just real quick. They didn't actually cave. They agreed to do what they had already planned to do 6 months ago.
No, dude. That's rhetoric, bro.
It's all on the record. No, what Trump fed you is rhetoric, and you bought it hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah, Trump put some oomph in their step, though. You know what I'm saying? He got him actually moving. Because 6 months ago, yeah, they talked the talk, but they weren't walking the walk. Trump made him walk the walk with tariffs, and then he relieved the tariffs after they caved. That's why Trump already took away the tariffs. Ha ha ha. I'm not even a Trump fanboy, but you guys don't understand like Trump's a businessman. He understands the art of the deal, dude. He understands that yes, we can take this temporary sacrifice and absorb the blow to cause these countries to cave in, and then we'll release the tariffs. It was never supposed to be permanent. He understands that it is detrimental to the economy in the long term, but it wasn't supposed to be long term. It's short term.
It's not detrimental to the economy, though. Back when they first started this in the 1700s or something, we had so much money, they had to make a committee to figure out what to do with all the money. How's that detrimental?
No. But right now, the way the economy's set up right now, it's very detrimental. It's not sustainable to keep the tariffs in place. It will affect us. Everything, all prices will go up, dude. And we're already at the brink of collapse. Trump's trying to reverse that.
We're at the brink of collapse?
Yeah, because that treaty that we did in like 1995, I forget what it's called. If you look at the stats, bro, like, yeah, it increased production, right? Now there's some benefits and some negatives, like companies left to Canada, like they left to Mexico. So you have to consider that too. But overall, it seemed to be a good thing to allow free trade. between Canada and Mexico.
Are you talking about NAFTA?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was Trump's whole spiel. Like he made a huge song and dance about that, and then he just went around and like undermined the whole thing,
It's temporary.
which he wouldn't
That's
have
what you have
had.
to understand.
Yeah, okay, temporary. So
Temporary.
first
Yeah.
of all, he wouldn't have had to do that if he'd have accepted the phone calls. They were trying to get him on the phone for like 5 days straight. Number two, you can say he's a genius businessman, but most of his businesses went bankrupt. Even his casinos, which I don't know how the fuck you even managed to make that happen. And number three, he didn't actually write the art of the deal. He just put his name on it. And
Dude,
you do kind of
I'm
sound
not a
like
Trump fanboy, dude. I'm not a Trump. But just because he went bankrupt, dude, 50 Cent went bankrupt doesn't mean he's broke, dude. You just Chapter 13 bankruptcy. It's a way to save your money. And he knows all the tax codes. He knows the loopholes, bro. So just because he filed for bankruptcy doesn't mean that he failed. That's the way to preserve your assets. Dude, yes. Dude, you'll take advantage. That's the problem, dude, with the tax code, dude. These elites, they know how to take advantage of it. And people think that just because you filed for bankruptcy that you're a horrible business. This is the problem. You guys don't understand what Chapter 13 bankruptcy actually means. You have no idea what you're talking about.
You're not a Trump fanboy, you're saying.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, filing for bankruptcy, like heads were telling me like years ago when 50 did it, they were like 50 Cent's broke. He filed for bankruptcy. I'm like, he's not fucking broke. He just sold vitamin water for like $1 billion. Like one of his like endeavors didn't work out good, so you file for bankruptcy. He still got the mansion, still got the loot.
Because one of his endeavors
to the untrained mind, you look at at surface level. Oh, he's a horrible businessman. Look at how many times he filed for bankruptcy. But dude, if you have billions of dollars at risk when you file for bankruptcy, all your money is preserved. It saves you from having to pay.
Why
up
were they
anything.
at risk in the first place? And also,
that
was not the case with this casino.
Because when you're an entrepreneur, right, and you're in the business of starting businesses over and over and over again, not all your businesses are going to succeed. So when you do make money, and then let's say you have a bad year, instead of having to pay up, dude, you just file for bankruptcy. And it's an entity. It's a separate entity. It's not connected to his personal Social Security card, dude. It's not affecting his credit, dude. It's a business entity. It's an EIN, dude. Anyways, it's just people don't know what they're talking about.
You got a mass amount of risk in entrepreneurship.
It's not affecting his own personal credit score or his own. It's businesses. They get born and they die.